The first thing you need to know about this pattern is that it is very short. The finishing length is 19 inches long for view D, which is the view that I'm working with right now. So from the jump off, I already knew I needed to lengthen it. Now, unlike other skirts, the skirt does not come with a guide for where you need to lengthen or shorten. So after I took measurements from my pencil skirt that I like the length of, I decided to bisect this pattern piece, which is the front right, by just folding it lengthwise in half, drawing a line, and then cutting that line. Then I took the paper that is giving the extra length, and as you can see here, this area here is 2 inches. I taped it on there, and that is basically how I added the length. And this is how the way it looked when it was finished. So I had to reform the curve using the French curve. If you don't have one, you're a beginner and you don't usually make adjustments to your pattern, still get one anyway, because for situations like this where you want to add extra length, it comes in very, very handy. Okay, so that's basically what I did. Now, another tip, again, for my beginners is that whatever you do to one pattern piece, you have to do the same thing to every other piece that's going to correspond and line up with this pattern. Therefore, I not only did it to the right, I also did it to the left front, and I also added the same length to the back piece, and then I put it together to make sure all the lengths evened out. Okay, and then also you must remember, this has a bias binding strip. You need to add length to that also. So that's basically it for the length process, and I'm going to show you how I did the lining. So I decided to show you guys how the way I lined the skirt while I was doing it, because it'll just make it more easy for you to understand. This is wool that I'm using. This pattern does not come with a lining. It's wool, so I'm using a cotton batiste to line it. So pretty much it's going to go in just like every other lining, where you stitch them up and then you attach it with wrong sides facing together. The thing about this is that I'm not using the bagging method or any other method like that. I'm using the underlining method, and I'll tell you why. I'm using the underlining method because of the bias binding that's being attached at the edge of the skirt. So these two pieces are going to be as one, and then the bias binding is going to get attached and folded over and stitched down. And I'll show you guys how that looked in the end. This is how the finished lining of the skirt looks. As you can see, it looks exactly like an apron, and that is the look that I had envisioned on how to do it. Give you guys a close-up. There it is, curved seams, everything is down neatly. And this is a close-up of the back. I wanted to show you guys how to adjust the pattern because the length is a major issue with this skirt. I am 5'4", and I knew based on the pattern measurements that I had to add some length to mine. So I highly recommend that you do the same. I can't stress that enough. Please take measurements from a skirt you already own from your closet because of the curved edging detail. You don't want it to be too long, and you can't shorten the skirt once it's sewn together. The pattern itself was very easy to put together, and next week I will show you the finished look. I wanted to review the skirt separately, and I think you will like it. It's like a pencil skirt with curved seams. Very cute. Take care and enjoy your week. Bye.